Good morning, everyone. It's just a fabulous day here in the Pacific Northwest, and I thought I'd go out for a walk. And something came across my mind this morning where I thought maybe I should just share this over a video instead of just an article. So it's been a while since I've done a video, so I thought, well, we could kill two birds with one stone, having mental fitness as well as physical fitness. So let me explain to you something about outcomes and what I have basically become to understand about them. So one of the things that I've been realizing lately is that situations that come into my life, although they do appear random, I don't believe that they are. And let me go into a little bit more detail. From what I've been understanding lately is that whenever we have an emotional response to something, depending on the power of it and the intention of it, something gets created. Now, because of the buffer of time, we have an issue because it doesn't happen instantaneously. Sometimes it would be really a lot easier if what we were feeling was created, the outcome of what we were feeling was created right at that moment. But most of the time it isn't. So it appears to us that, oh my gosh, this random thing happened a couple weeks ago. But honestly, you could have generated that whole situation in your life by simply having a intense thought process 1 month, 2 months, 5 days, a year, maybe 2 years ago. And so with that information, everything in our present moment that we're dealing with right now is the past. So we're not really experiencing anything in real time. And let me explain that to you again. The situation that you have that's happening right in front of you, whatever ugly thing it is, whatever beautiful thing it is, was generated from your past. So in the moment, you are actually living all your dreams realized. Now, dreams are a real funny word because most people think a dream is something that is positive in your, like a new car or a house or fantastic job or a passionate relationship. When honestly, all dreams are is whatever you have focused on. Now, it can be something that you want. It can be something that you don't want. And what the tricky part is, it all could be the absence of what you want. And a lot of people focus on the absence. So as I've been thinking about how the situations all in my life are dreams realized, good, bad, and ugly, I decided that at that moment, the power that I had was whether or not I stepped into creating another dream just like that one. So here was an example, and it's a small example. At work, our manager was leaving, and as part of a project for her, I was working on a collage of it's really it's kind of hard to explain, but I'll include a picture in with a video. And it is a collage of all of our people at the call center where I work, and we all have our hands shaped differently as if we're making a heart. It worked out fabulously. And so 2 days before, I was sending a reminder email to everyone about what we were going to, that it needed to be signed, and we had only one more day, and then I had to frame it. And I sent the email out, and I sent it to our boss. And one of our workers comes over at like 2 seconds after the email, and she's just like, "Jax, what are you doing? You sent the email to our boss, the manager who's leaving." I went, "No, I didn't. I wouldn't do something like that." And she goes, yeah, you did." And I looked at it and I went, "Oh my gosh, I did so. I sent it to her. I CC'd her." And I was totally surprised that that's what I did. So I sat there, and this is where the new process that I was talking about with you earlier in the walk. I stopped right there and I thought, what outcome do I want? Do I want one where she finds out about the surprise? Or do I want one that no matter what I do, she doesn't know about the surprise? Because we've all watched movies and seen things even in our real life, where people completely are oblivious to what's going on around them and they don't see the good. And it's funny how we can have that in our life where we can have so much good going on, but we don't see it because all we focus on is the negative. And I can use that to my advantage because this was something that was good and I needed it to be ignored and not witnessed. So I sat there at my computer and I did what I could do, and I recalled, we have Outlook, for those of you that work with Outlook, I went and I used the recall function and I sent out the recall to recall the email. So as Outlook does, it sends you a response of whether or not it gets successfully retrieved or not. And all these people came, but not my manager. And I started to have that panic feeling like, way to go, Jax. How can you be so stupid? How could you do something like that? You just wrecked it. And that came in for a brief second. And I thought, you know what? First of all, I don't want to walk into that outcome because I'm not stupid and things happen. And so I'm really trying to work on the outcomes that everything is going to work out no matter what. So I thought, okay, I retrieved the email. I tried it a second time to see if I could get her name to come up because it was after hours. And then I decided to let it go. And this is the actual area that I find where the true work is on how to tailor make your outcomes to something that you want. A lot of times for us, we'll think, okay, if I just don't do this part, like the physical action part, I won't have the outcome that I want. But how many times did I want to mentally check in? And I thought, well, should I send an email to her to see if she gets the emails? Or should I just try to check in to see if she got it? Or should I act as if she never got it? Because you know what? That's the outcome I want. I don't want her to have it at all. I don't want her to know about the surprise. And in the byline, it said sign the poster, right? And donation. So I told her how much the poster cost me to make in that email, and that I was asking for people, because we were talking about that, about if people wanted to help out financially for the project, they could. And that's what it was for. And I thought, of all emails that she was supposed to get, it's the one that tells her how much it cost. And I was just mortified. I thought, oh my gosh, of all the emails to give her, that's the one to give. So I'm the one that works the late shift. So I got up in the morning really early and I went to go to display the poster and get everything ready. And part of me still wanted to check in with the boss to see if she knew about the surprise, and then I wondered if I should look at her when she gets in to check for signs to see if she was faking it, that she knew about it. And I realized that every time I put a mental step towards that outcome, I am adding more probability to get that outcome, because that's what I'm telling the universe that I want. And so I decided that that's not what I wanted. Not what I wanted at all. So every time one of those check-ins or those propensities to walk towards that outcome of fear came in, I would sit for a moment and ground myself and say, no, I want this to work out, and whatever way it works out, it works out. So yesterday I went early, like I said, and got the display up for her, the poster framed, everything like that all set up so it looked fabulous for her. And she came around and did all of her walking around and everything like that. And if you knew our manager, you know that she really checks over all of her emails. Like, that's one of the things that she does, because she has it all the time. So when I saw her the next morning, and after she got the poster and she was all teary-eyed and thankful and everything like that, after I thought I'd check with her then and see exactly how I created this outcome for myself, because she didn't say anything to me about finding it. So I came into her and I said, did you get my email last night? She goes, yeah, something about a poster or something. And I went, yeah. She goes, well, I deleted it. I didn't even read it. And I went, you did? She goes, yeah, it's a couple days before I'm leaving, and I don't want you to feel that I wasn't listening to what you were saying. It's just that I really had so many emails to go through. I thought, you know what, I could just talk to Jax about it in the morning if it was necessary. She deleted it. She didn't even read it. She didn't even look at it. And then I said, did you make the connection for the poster that you got with the poster email that I said? And she goes, not until somebody else at work brought it up and I already had the poster. So I sat there and I went, oh my gosh, look at that, with just a small simple thing, I was able to create a reality that I wanted, because I wanted it still to be a surprise for her. And it was. Even though I sent an email directly to her with the worst possible scenario, I didn't stress about the worst case scenario because I didn't want it. I wanted the best case scenario, even though I made it difficult for it to happen. And I watched as she said that. She goes, no, it's all good. I didn't know anything about it. So, what to come away from this? There's going to be things that are coming up in your day today that you don't want, that you don't really feel are a good part of what you want to do and where you want to go and what you want to have in your life. Well, when they come up, stop and take a second and decide, is that something that you want? If it is, then continue acting and behaving in that direction and going, yes, this is what I want. Or recognize the parts of it that you do want and focus on those, because those create more. If it isn't, just stop right there and go, this is not what I want. So if you get that little inkling, maybe I should check in, or maybe I should do this, or maybe I should prevent it this way, or maybe I should do whatever I need to do. Anytime you're doing those, what actual outcome are you working towards or trying to avoid? Because the absence of what you're trying to avoid, you're still focusing on what you don't want, and it's going to happen. Happy day, everyone. Have a great day. Bye now.